should be fine. So, welcome back to Golden Sun 2, The Lost Age. We're back here where we got walled last time. I did a lot of off-screen farming and grinding. Holy shit. So, here's our loadout now. It's not the best equipment in the game, but it's close. In order to get the best stuff, you're gonna have to farm in the final bonus dungeon, which we'll be heading to this time around. But, so, what do we have? For Tom, we have the Excalibur, Alistair's Hood, Riot Gloves, Chronos Mail, the Safety Boots, Stardust Ring, and a running shirt. For Nico, we've got Atropos' Rod, the Berserker Band, Mithril Armlet, Mithril Clothes, Dragon Boots, the Guardian Ring, and a Mithril Shirt. For Sheena, we have the Tissaphant Edge, Crown of Glory, the Big Bang Gloves, Mysterious Robe, Leather Boots, Spirit Ring, and Silk Shirt. Ryo's got the Soul Blade, the Gloria Helm, the Cosmos Shield, the Valkyrie Mail, the Golden Boots, the Golden Ring, and the Golden Shirt. Nadia has the Tungsten Mace, the Psychic Circlet, Jester's Armlet, Triton's Ward, Hyper Boots, Adept Ring, and Silk Shirt. Leo has the Mazamune, the Crown of Glory, the Spirit Gloves, the Iris Robe, the Fur Boots, Healing Ring, and Mithril Shirt. Ryan has the Firebrand, the Mithril Helm, the Flame Shield, the Chronos Mail, Turtle Boots, War Ring, and Running Shirt. And last but not least, Stan has the Dark Sword, the Fear Helm, the Terror Shield, the Stealth Armor, the Quick Boots, the Cleric's Ring, and a Running Shirt. So Stan is actually, I think, the only one who has like his absolute best setup in the game right now. He's got all of the dark equipment, which is nice.
And which party are we gonna be using?
We're gonna be using the first game party, as I have them all in the front row here. And I did a test run before this, so we wouldn't be wasting any time. Yes, I am strong enough to beat this boss now. So
okay, good.
We're gonna do that. That said, this boss does have a bit of RNG attached to him, so things might not go as smooth as the test run. We'll see. I am the Guardian of Water. If you would claim my power, you must prove your worth. Okay, bring it on, bitch. Alright, so this is the Star Magician, the Refresh Ball, the Guardian Ball, the Thunder Ball, and the Anger Ball. What do all these guys do? Well, the Star Magician spawns all these little minions and also hits us with very powerful magic attacks. The Refresh Ball heals him. The Thunder Ball spams AoE lightning magic. The Guardian Ball casts barrier all kamikazes. Thoughts on SRWT and DD? I don't care about mobile games, although in the case of DD, it confuses me that Devilman is in there because that's not a mecha at all.
What? Devilman's not a mecha?
It's not. Sorry to burst your bubble. As for Super Hot Wars T, I pre-ordered the Asian English version, as I always do for those. And I'm happy Mazinger Z Infinity's in there, because that movie's really good. Although now they're just cheating when it comes to what qualifies as quote-unquote mecha, because in SRWT, okay, I'm not surprised Captain Harlock is in there. Okay, I'm not. Because of how popular that is, especially in Japan. But why is Cowboy Bebop there?
He has a ship.
He's got the starfish. That's it. Like, that's not a mecha. Hi, Troy.
I mean, with Devilman, do you remember that one time where he becomes giant just to stomp on a brush
spiders.
Brush a few spiders.
Yeah.
I guess that counts.
I guess that's what they're gonna go for.
They based it entirely off of that one scene
totally.
where he becomes a giant to just brush off a few spiders.
Yes.
And they will specifically use the 60s anime.
I mean, they might. They didn't list Devilman Crybaby, they just listed Devilman, so... Which, by the way, I still need to watch Devilman Crybaby. I've been putting that off.
I do as well. I mean, I enjoyed the 80s movies.
And yeah, Nico's happy about that, how in T, Magic Knight Ray Earth is now there.
Ooh.
Yes.
Magic Knight Rayearth actually does make sense, though.
It does. It is a mecha. Also, this is the new Unleash I now have. You'll see it soon, Nico. It's really fucking awesome. I love it.
Does it drown?
No.
Darks. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, he just takes off like 2/3 of your HP in one attack.
Yeah. Again, I can win this. It's just gonna take a little bit of luck.
Can he respawn those balls?
Yes, he can. That's what makes this
What an
boss...
asshole.
Yeah, that's what makes this boss such a fucking bitch.
So pretty much you just have to keep getting rid of the green one and kind of ignore all the rest while prioritizing the magician.
Yes.
Because like the whole rest is sort of a waste of time.
Pretty much. That said, fucking this thing's got way more HP than what it used to. It usually is dead by now. I don't know what the fuck's keeping it.
Mazinger Z versus Devilman. That was a thing?
Yeah, they crossed over. It also crossed... Devilman also crossed over with, Getter-Robo at one point.
I know that Devilman crossed over with Kiri Honey.
Yeah, that happened too.
That was fucking weird, because it's like you take this magical girl anime, but with more tits, and then put Devilman in it.
Yes.
Although that show did have a killer soundtrack.
Oh, you fucking hoe! Oh, this fucking hoe.
He just respawned the thing right the fuck away in the same turn.
That's why I said this is kind of RNG dependent. Because he can just do that shit.
You can just do that shit even in the same turn?
Yep. See, now here's the thing. His Mind Ball attack. This boss fight would not be as bad as if he actually sacrificed one of his orbs when using that move.
Yeah.
Like, that would make sense. But he doesn't.
Although, didn't the red...
The red one kamikaze, that's why it died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't throw it. he did not disprove me. So...
It kinda looked like it.
Yeah.
It is a super boss, yes. Nobody in the right mind would put this in the story mode.
Okay.
I said in the right mind.
I was about to say, you sure? Anyway. Now we should be okay to do this.
But yeah, also on Monday I will be picking up a professional video monitor from like the fucking 90s.
From like the 1600s or whatever.
I can't even hook up my fucking Xbox to that thing, Jesus. I mean, I actually can, but it's not really worth it. The idea is... I kept the CRT that the landlord left behind and like fixed the geometry on it, but it sort of turns out that the main reason I kept it, it's kind of not really what's gonna happen. Like my main reason for keeping it was so I could play and record some light gun games.
Yeah.
However, because this is a 100 hertz TV, it kind of gets rid of the thing that makes these light gun games even work.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd like that. So still though, I'm keeping this thing because for like PS2 games or and stuff like that, it actually makes the image look real good. It pretty much works like the 100 hertz TVs work like the interlaced image, and so it actually like looks really good, especially with the cables that I have. And now that I fixed the geometry, it does actually look pretty good. Only thing is that 240p games don't look quite as sharp as they should because like they don't get the blanking lines in between, like you know what they call scan lines.
Right.
That's actually also the thing that makes light gun games work. They need those scan lines for them to function properly, and the double refresh rate of the 100 hertz TVs, it gets rid of that.
Well,
it does make the image more stable and easier to look at, especially when it comes to like the 480i and 576i stuff. But it destroys, it sort of destroys the effect of 240p games. Still better than what most HD TVs do with 240p games. Heavens, better than that. But not quite 100% correct. And the monitor I found was like, the guy is selling it for 70 euros, which sounds a lot, especially since it's like a really, really tiny TV. But I've seen them sold for 250, so I'll take it.
Yeah. Alright, so now that we've cleared out most of his orbs, he should... like, he'll still put up a fight, but he won't be nearly as bad.
I mean, he can still put them up, but he can only do like 2 per turn if he really puts his back into it.
Yeah. And the thing is, for once, like the first time ever, this is a fight where Ryan actually really shines, because this guy's weak against fire. And Ryan has the best single target fire move in the game, which is Liquefire. So it does a lot of damage to this guy.
Nice.
So Ryan gets to be useful instead of being a pack mule for once.
It's Liquefire is like a physical magical attack, or is it just full magical?
Yes, it runs off your physical stat.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. It didn't look like magic, based off of the icon.
Yeah.
Do the orbs have specific weaknesses?
They do, but they don't mean anything, honestly.
Ah, okay. Not enough to actually pay attention to it.
Pretty much.
Just so long as you're taking out the green one first.
Exactly.
This is still a lot more manageable than any part of Odin's Sphere.
Well, low bar.
I hated Odin's Sphere so much. Like, this is a regular boss in that game.
I don't doubt it based on what you've told me about it.
Except also in real time with bad controls.
Yes.
And everybody is way stronger than you are, and you can never become stronger. Because obviously, you have the ultimate weapon of Apocalypse. Why are you so bad at it?
God.
A freaking rando with a stick can just put you in your place if you're not lucky.
But yeah, if you guys have been wondering why I haven't done Super Out Wars in a long time, it's because I want to do some stuff that's different, and also Super Out Wars games take a fucking long time to stream. So
Pretty much. I mean, like, Jay was what? Like, what? How many playthroughs did you have to do of Jay?
I did 4, but Jay's on the more extreme end. Most SRW games you only have to do 2 playthroughs to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the only other game that does the 4 playthroughs thing is A, which is for the PSP. Which, that did get a fan translation, so I might play it in the future, but not anytime soon.
I have heard that one of those games did get a fan translation recently on the PSP.
And there we go. He's down, now we just gotta take care of the balls, and we're good.
Now the balls actually resurrect him with 100% HP.
Oh, totally.
And everything starts all over again.
But there we go, Star Magician is down, we win. And our reward is a new summon.
Ooh.
We can now summon Azul. To summon Azul, we need 4 Mercury and 3 Venus on standby.
Zool.
Yes. So now let's save so we don't lose that. And now let's take the long way out of here so that way I can show off Azul to all you guys.
I mean, honestly, at this point, nothing can even kill you.
Pretty much, yeah. Except for the
But in
super
this
boss we're
dungeon,
going to
at
be
least.
venturing towards.
Like I said, no, at least in this dungeon.
Yes. Okay, I do have lift on shortcut, good.
Is there anything else to actually pick up in here, or did you already?
Nope,
pick
I
up
got everything.
Hmm.
So all that's left of this game is the final bonus dungeon and then the final boss.
Which is likely gonna be a joke.
Oh, the final
considering-
boss is a total joke compared to Star Magician and the other super boss. Total
I
joke.
imagine.
Total joke comparatively.
Is it gonna be like fighting Van after doing every side quest in the game?
Not that easy. Like, the final boss still puts up a fight because it has the fuck you attack, but comparatively it is not as nearly as bad. There we go, we finally
It will
ran
crush
into
you,
fucking
does
opposition.
1 of damage, and you kill him in 2 and 4 hits.
Alright, so now let's see what Azul looks like.
Against this poor little thing. I choose to believe you drowned him.
I didn't, Nico. I kinda punctured him. I didn't drown him. Sorry to fucking disappoint you.
It was
but-
underwater, he couldn't breathe for long enough.
No, he wasn't drowned, Nico.
Just
So-
let me have it.
No, Nico, you don't have the drowning rod. I'm sorry.
It wasn't even me casting the spell, it was Nadia. He gets to do all of the drowning.
I'm sorry that she also got
Mon-
the genie that freezes people to death instantly, okay? Gee.
She got that too?
Yes, well, you saw it. Like,
Well, that was more like a one-hit kill.
Like,
I thought you meant yet another possibility of just extinguishing life in an instant that she got but didn't.
no, sorry, Nico.
I can imagine she just keeps all of these things for later in her purse.
Yes.
Just like, I'm feeling like puncturing today.
Medical supplies, you know how it is.
I'm feeling like extreme blood loss.
Alright, so I actually, while farming, got a total rare drop on complete accident that I wasn't gunning for. That's the Blessed Mace, which, if you remember, I farmed for that in the previous game. We got a second one, so I just sold it for cash. Any items that are good for us?
I mean, we're mostly referring to playing, beating the final boss after having completed everything there is to do in the game.
Yes. And she has no other rare items for sale. Okay.
Which, I mean, I kind of understand why they do that more so with more modern games. Because, like, I mean, I still have nightmares of Arc the Lad too.
And it's final
That
boss.
was more so the entire final dungeon is just such a fuck you trap. If you haven't done everything in the game, and you also happen to beat every encounter in the final dungeon, the game becomes unbeatable.
Yeah.
Just straight up unbeatable. I have only one because I've grinded like 20 levels by constantly getting killed or exiting a battle in the final dungeon. Specifically leaving at least one enemy alive so I can leave, re-enter, and fight them again. Because if I killed all of them, they would not return.
By the way, nice piece of scenery here. Hey look, it's Venus Lighthouse. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty purple.
But now we have to fly back to the town where both parties decided to join forces. So... And sadly, we can't just actually fly there. We do have to dock at the port and then walk there. Like, they actually specifically designed the map to make you do that. So...
Oh well. This map really could have used like 4 teleport ports.
Yeah.
It's like halfway through it's like every 4th point of the map. You know, like halfway through to the west, halfway through to the north.
Yeah. But yeah, also something else about Super Outlaws T. If Cowboy Bebop counts, then fucking I want Outlaw Star in a future SRW game. Like, they have no excuse now. Like, that is one of my favorite anime of all time, and if fucking Cowboy Bebop counts, Outlaw Star counts. Fucking do it.
If Cowboy Bebop counts, I want Cory in the House to be in the next SRW game.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I mean, why not?
Like...
They would just like not even change the art style and just put the pictures from the show.
Yes.
No. They would specifically use the pictures from the DS game. the sprites from the DS game, so they would be like super pixelated.
Which, also another thing too, actually. Considering that counts, and also Mega Man counts. Yes, Mega Man was in one of their mobile games. I want Android Kikaider in that shit. Do it. Like,
Mega Man is a robot, so that's
yeah.
fine.
But, and speaking of Android Kikaider, actually, before I transition to that, hey look, there's this teleport pad that's been sitting in the middle of town this whole time. This is how we get into that last dungeon.
Ah, clever.
And
it's just like in plain sight. You wouldn't even really think about this.
Yes, and I really like how this first room is set up, honestly. I'm gonna show it off to you guys. So, we have these.
Ah, I get it. You have to have all of the genies in order to activate this.
Yep.
But if they're gonna be doing this, they also need to put wild arms. That game actually does have a gigantic mecha.
But yeah, this is your reward for 100%ing both games. So.
And it's only possible by having 100% both the first one and the second one.
Yep. And now this treasure chest we actually have to circle around and get later. So, let's see. There we go. Okay. We inherited the power of the land to create a great darkness. If you crave this power, attack this slate. That is actually really subtle foreshadowing to the third game.
The bones on the ground are irrelevant. They will not come to life.
You can now summon Sharon. To summon Sharon, you need 8 Venus and 2 Jupiter Genie. So yeah, we can now summon the God of Death.
Sharon.
Yes, Sharon. But
Your most hated character from Black and White.
yes, from Pokemon Black and White. See, I told you he was evil, but you didn't believe me.
I mean, you're still being paranoid, though.
No. He's evil. We've been over this.
I mean, we won't know until you actually summon him, and then it actually just turns out to be his sprite.
Yes.
Exactly as it was in Pokemon Black and White. And he just points at the enemy, and then they just disappear.
Well, we're about to find out, because I'm about to summon him.
Well, that is pretty evil.
So yeah, there you go.
That was quite evil.
Uh,
Also, I can never tell with this game if like the animations for the if the animations for the summons are just too much for the Game Boy to handle, which is why there are some slowdowns there, or if they're just doing it for dramatic effect. Which
yes.
in either case it works.
That's why I said yes. Also, gimmick in this room. This tablet will follow your every move, and you have to guide the tablet to the end of the maze.
Okay, that was hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, it mirrors your movement.
Yep. So... let's see, so that leads to there. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying before all this went down, speaking of Android Kakaider, YouTube reminded me of the existence of this one reviewer who I fucking cannot stand, because he's apparently partnered with YouTube now, so he popped up in my fucking recommends. Now, I didn't like him before recent, but as the recommends made me aware, he's apparently, like, reviewed all of my favorite anime, and he hates them all. So fuck him twice. Like...
What reviewer?
Bennett the Sage. Fuck that guy.
Don't know him.
Good. Don't watch any of his shit, he sucks. And I'm not even saying that just because he reviewed my favorite stuff. Like, again, I hated him way before. Like, because he first started popping up like 10-ish years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Speaking of good reviewers, though, I am so surprised and amazed at how active Video Game Nerd has been
As of
in recent
yeah.
times.
It is surprising.
Like, I mean, it's really surprising, all things considered.
He also reviewed your favorite console in his latest video.
I don't even own an Amiga 32 CD.
Well, you're gonna have to fucking fix that now, ain't you?
No.
You got a CDI. You don't have an excuse.
I own a CDI because it has Laser Lords on it.
Why is that the deciding factor?
It has Laser Lords.
Nico.
I mean, I have shown you the beginning of Laser Lords.
Yes, you have.
It is amazing. He has little mirrors so he can drive his space Cadillac. Because he's a lizard.
Yes.
That attention to detail. And then you go to the Egyptian planet and there is a Jewish lady.
That is true. There is in fact a Jewish lady on the Egyptian planet.
No Zelda. Only Laser Lords.
Yes. Laser Lords is the one true CDI game.
It may as well be. I mean, I also have another game that was made by the same creators as Laser Lords. It's Alice in Wonderland for whatever fucking reason. It uses the exact same presentation style, as in all of the cutscenes are made with with claymation.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like, all things considered, that's in my book as the definitely step above FMV cutscenes with regular characters, like people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, those just stink with lazy in general, or like they're usually only good because they're bad. Unless it's Gamera 2000, in which case they are absolutely flawless.
Oh yeah.
But no, like they actually put effort into those, and the fact that they used the FMV capabilities of the CDI actually actually makes them look quite decent even now. Because that's like one thing that the CDI has going for it. The FMV playback on it is really good, even compared to like the PlayStation 1 or the. I mean, okay, Saturn had a terrible FMV playback, but if you look at the if you look at the movies that were released on the CDI video format, they actually look quite good. Like if you look at say Dragon's Lair, both 1 and 2, they pretty much look exactly as they did on the Laserdisc version.
Alright, so the map for this specific part's not that great, so we're gonna save first just in case I mess up. And we got dark matter, which I don't need anymore because I forged all the best shit you can do with dark matter.
Just throw it far away.
Yeah, clearly. And unfortunately, you don't get a second cleric's ring in this game, which I wonder why, because like the demon equipment from the first game is still really good. And you can actually forge a helmet that can only be worn by the spellcasters with dark matter. So why didn't they give you a second cleric's ring so you could have one set on like a warrior person, another set on a dark person or a caster person? You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
what can you do?
yeah. Alright, so this is a puzzle room, so again, I'm saving just in case I fuck this up. Which, knowing me, I likely will.
So you can only walk on the cracked ones once, right?
Yes. So... they
You
actually
have
don't
the
map
guide
this
open.
room, though, so... I'm trying to plot out the route here. Hold on.
To be fair, speaking of the CDI Zelda games, they could have been decent if there was actually like some more time and effort put into them.
Yeah. And I messed this up already, I can tell. Yeah, so we're gonna soft reset. Good thing I saved.
Because like the music isn't bad in them, the cutscenes are awful, but
they're awful in a great kind of way.
yes. But like the graphics were pretty alright considering the time. I mean, definitely looked a lot more advanced than whatever they could have pulled off on any other system at the time.
Yeah.
It's just that they are really like a lot of the aspects of them are really poorly thought out.
Like the controls.
Yes, especially the fact that you have to go duck and press a button in order to reach your menu, which is just like you have a third button on the controller. It
Right.
never does anything in any game, except for one.
No.
And speaking of controllers, yesterday I broke my Sega Saturn controller.
Why?
Because I was curious, what oh God, what is that horrible game's name? Golden Axe the Duel was.
Oh God. What?
That game is fucking awful. Never play it. It's horrible. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much that I broke my controller in half. Because it is such a blatant input reading bullshit. Like, it's not even that it's not even that oh, it's bad because it's a Golden Axe game that's not a beat 'em up. Except that, like, you know, there were different Golden Axe games that weren't beat 'em ups, and that's not necessarily wrong in on its own. What's wrong about it is that it's a fighter that sucks.
Yeah.
It's not fun to play, it's not even all that pretty to look at, and the whole thing is about figuring out how you cheat the AI. There is nothing beyond that, and it's the worst. I mean, I've almost beaten Children of Atom, and I enjoyed that game for the most part until I got to Magneto. At which point, fuck it.
Never forgive Magneto. Ultimate Shockwave.
Never forget, never forgive. But like that game, it's like Children of Atom was actually worth it because like overall the experience was pretty fine, and for the most part the level of difficulty was escalating at a pretty reasonable pace until it got to Magneto, obviously. But like for the most part, the first fight was easy. Like they let you actually do things and get used to controls and shit like that, and then just would progressively get more and more complicated. Oh, I see what you have to do here.
Yeah, you have to trick it.
Yeah, you have to shove it a little bit. No, go back.
There we go.
I think there were actually like multiple ways of doing this thing.
Probably.
Yeah, like you could have shoved it slightly to one right or left if you wanted to, and that would have fixed it. But yeah, now Golden Axe Duel, just as bad or worse as you've heard.
I imagine.
And that's like the sad thing about most 2D fighting games. They are just cheatery like that.
They want to eat your quarters.
They want to eat your quarters. Yeah, so I'm not the only one with the Magneto issues.
No, you're not.
It like otherwise, like I can even get behind how they designed the Juggernaut fight.
Yeah.
He is super strong and kind of unfair, but he telegraphs his attacks so well, and also because he's so slow, you can actually stun lock him or escape from his attacks. Like that fight works. even though even though he doesn't really follow the rules of any other fighter that you encounter. Magneto is just a straight up fuck you to anything. The
Yeah.
whole, like, that fight did not need an extended invincibility period.
No.
And absurd amount of invincibility frames. And flying around. And also that fucking attack where he throws trash all over the stage and you cannot avoid any of it.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm just not gonna, like, after Golden Axe the Duel, I just don't want to play any 2D fighting games ever again.
Never.
Not from this era, no. Like the 3D ones, they are usually a lot more reasonable when it comes to difficulty, I guess because the AI is a little bit more confused with the 3D space.
Yeah.
Although still we do have Virtua Fighter 1.
I was about to say, like,
But the other Sega fighters were more reasonable. I mean, like Virtua Fighter 2.
yeah.
Fighting Vipers was really great about that, where the enemy didn't read your inputs, or at least they pretended like they didn't very well.
Yeah.
And Last Bronx was fucking great. I didn't expect that game to be as good as it was, but like considering the amount of content it had and like the lengths it went towards actually introducing people to fighting games is absolutely impressive. Because I don't know if I told you, but that game came out on 2 discs, and one of them was specifically just a training disc.
Oh wow.
With fully voiced instructions by every character on how you play the game.
Oh wow.
With 2D animated chibi sprites explaining everything as they show you how the game works.
That's actually
in
really
the background.
awesome.
It's awesome. I've recorded all of it because like the extra thing is when you did the tutorial on that disc, you put two characters together. So like they talk about so they like talk about things. So like for example, say character A and character B. Character A is explaining everything, and the character B is sometimes interrupting and asking questions. And even though it's all entirely in Japanese, I still actually had fun with it, and I did actually learn how the game worked a little bit more. Because they had they actually shown what they were talking about together with button prompts, and also they used a lot of English, so there is that.
Special move. I don't think they have a map for this section.
Or they were like mixed in English with Japanese. Down a Kogeki. So down attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that's special. That like training disc had such absurd amount of effort put into it. It was one of the most entertaining tutorials ever. And also like that the disc also included like a character theater, which was which was like this thing, which it pretty much gave a little bit more background about the characters in the game. You like their relationships and things like that, which you would get a little bit of a taste in like their endings and conversations in the story mode. But you know, they like actually sort of did a little machinima thing where they put everything in engine in the like in a fight, and they would have them do a whole bunch of things. It was kind of cute.
Nice.
Especially since that game also prided itself with being, I think, one of the first fighting games to use motion capture. So you know, it was just kind of their way of showing off how nice their animation looks.
Right. Yeah, the only other game I've even heard of doing anything even kind of remotely close to that is the latest Guilty Gear game, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Where their tutorial is actually super in-depth, like not only teaching you how you play the game, but also teaching you matchups. So you could pick two characters and they'd be like, oh, well, if you're this guy and you're fighting this dude, what you want to do is this, you know?
Yeah, that's a little, like, sort of a little bit how they were doing that in Last Bronx, although couldn't exactly tell for sure if they were giving specific hints about fighting a specific character.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, this was also like 97.
Yeah.
But yeah, Last Bronx definitely recommend, especially since the Saturn version was also made specifically more suitable for human consumption than the arcade version. Like, they specifically made it to not be a coin muncher.
Good.
Which I appreciate. Like, it was a game that I actually wanted to play for several hours, rather than one that I wanted to get done with in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Fighters Megamix was, where I really wanted to play every single course because, goddammit, I need to unlock all of these characters. I need to get the Daytona car.
Also, we got Orichalcon, which again, I've already forged all the best stuff from that, so it's redundant now.
You can throw this out or sell it later, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sell it. So.
And yeah, also, if you do actually plan to get or like pirate Last Bronx, skip the Western release entirely.
Wow, why?
The Western release is really, really bad because they've actually cut out, I want to say, 2/3 of the credits song.
Oh.
Like, the credits in the Japanese version, they're made up of like 2 songs. And like, because they had like a lot of credits in it. In the English release, they didn't bother to include the Japanese staff, so they just included the localization team on it. So the credits played for like less than half a minute, and then it's over.
Oh,
and they
gross.
just play like half of the first song. Which is just kind of sad. Especially considering that that song is great. Also, you're not really missing out too much. You're not really missing out too much on the plot, because you can kind of guess what the characters are saying anyway.
Plot, quote unquote.
Plot, I mean, the one cutscene that they show at the end of the story mode.
And yet again, Prima lets me down because from this point on, this dungeon is not mapped. Like at all.
Figure it out, bitch.
Yeah.
Amazing fighting game, Dynasty Warriors for the PlayStation 1. Have you ever played that, actually?
Yeah, I own it. It's not a good fighting game. Don't listen to Starman.
I mean, I could read the sarcasm.
There's a reason why it's the only Dynasty Warriors fighting game. So, you know.
But yeah, also, fighting Vipers, if only because of Pepsi Man.
That too, yes.
It's like fucking Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man for Cross Zone 3, thank you.
They could do it. Probably. I mean, why not? He would just like only show up to quench somebody's hurts and just fuck off.
Yeah.
They like have just so much background on him anyway, through all of the games and commercials and the Pepsi Man lore.
Yes.
Oh, also, I've been like since I've been playing further through Forbidden Siren, I've gotten a lot of archive items that I've never picked up before. They're fucking awesome.
Really?
Like, sometimes it really doesn't feel like it's worth it going for like picking up all of the documents in a Resident Evil game or something like that, right?
Yeah.
The Forbidden Siren's not that case. It's like you wanna get all of them. They're hilarious a lot of the times. Especially
Go on, sorry.
Especially when they do like a fake TV show or like a fake ad or like a fake show about about finding Umas and things like that. Oh, hi Neil.
Hey, it's been a while, Neil. How you been, brother?
I mean, we've even had a imposter
that
show
one
up.
time.
I mean, the imposter did show up again later.
So Neil, how do you feel about Isaac being in the new Smash game? Ain't it fucking great? It's great, ain't it? So good.
He's just Isaac is just he's a trophy now. They made such a big deal out of it.
Anyway, that leads straight up to the super boss.
Oh
So
yeah,
this
is the symbol for the gravity thing.
Yeah, so I am saving, and then I'm actually gonna backtrack real quick because I think I missed something. So I'm gonna make sure about that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Wii U wasn't worth owning. Honestly.
Unless you're planning to mod it, which I am.
This is true. Then you have the best Wii emulator there is, and probably the best GameCube emulator there will ever be.
Yep. Exactly.
And also all of the virtual console games, which you can absolutely pirate because Nintendo has abandoned that market.
Yeah. Huh, I guess I didn't go a wrong way. I could have swore I missed something. Like, I'm gonna go back a couple floors just to be safe, but like...
And you could play like... You could play like 2 versions of Just Dance 2019.
Which,
the
by
one
the
that
way,
came out
Nico,
for the Wii.
one of the orders I had to handle fucking yesterday was a crate full of the Wii version of that game. I blame you.
I brought it up! Yes.
So it's all your
It
fucking
exists. It fucking exists. I
fault.
cannot
All your
believe...
fucking fault, Nico.
Like, why does that version of the game still exist? I can't imagine why.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. I thought I did, but it turns out I did not. So, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're probably not ready for this fight. Like, straight up. Gonna just be honest with you there. I'm still gonna try. But likely not happening. That said, if it turns out that I am, in fact, not ready, there is an easy way to win this fight.
Cheesing the boss.
Well, there's that. But there's also a different way, and it's a way I don't like to do for a very specific reason.
He's not immune to drowning.
No, he is.
Damn it.
Under-leveled fights bring out the best in true hardcore gamer. If you say so. So, I'm gonna try and fight him a legit way, just a few times. And considering I do want to get this game done, if I cannot beat him a legit way, I'm gonna do the cheese method. And I'm gonna feel disgusting, but, you know, I just want to get this done, especially since right after this boss I do have to do some more farming and grinding. So, you know...
What is there to grind after this boss?
Oh, a bunch of secret equips and shit. Which I figure I have most of them, or at the very least half of them already. I might as well show off the rest.
Oh, so you're gonna actually like prepare the other party as well?
Yep.
Just in case the first one dies?
Yep.
But yeah, I'm so perplexed that that Just Dance 19 was released on the Wii, especially since like
Right.
Rodia, the Sky Knight had to basically just trick people into buying a port of the 3DS version.
I am the
for
shadow, the
Wii U.
keeper of light. If you want the sun's power, show me your own. We are now fighting the Headless Horseman, or Dullahan, in this case.
He looks
he's a
very
huge
similar
bitch.
to the. He looks kind of similar to the super boss from the first game.
Yeah, kinda. This guy will fucking annihilate you. There's a reason he is the super boss. Like, you thought Star Magician was fucking bullshit. Oh, you haven't seen shit, okay? Not at all.
Cheese methods in turn-based RPGs can be a lot of fun if you figure out some really good ones.
Yeah, especially if you figure them out on your own.
Yeah, like all of the stuff that you have to do in order to actually beat Wild Arms 3.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah.
Just like one turn. That's how much it took.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. But yeah, see, he's gonna just fuck me now. Like, it didn't matter if I had Resnadia or not. Oh no, he let me live. That's surprising.
Wow. Now the okay.
And
I mean,
he also has the power to switch his element, and he doesn't tell you what element he is. You gotta figure it out.
But speaking of cheese strats, Divinity is heavily improved by using cheese strats, and that's a turn-based game.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think I would have ever beaten the early versions of that game if I didn't cheat the absolute shit out of it.
Hey.
By, like, for example, teleporting the boss into outside of the arena, or putting an insta-kill fog in the middle of the battlefield and teleporting the enemies or straight into it.
And there
Or
goes
being
my
like-
whole party, right here.
Oh, he can use that attack as well?
Yep.
What an asshole.
He can summon Sharon. This guy will fuck you up. No two ways about it. He will. Yeah. So...
I mean, in Final Fantasy, there were a lot of ways to cheese things, like, for example,
Oh, yeah.
Banish Doom.
Oh yeah.
Like, say, you could, there is a move called Vanish, which makes you pretty much immune to, say, physical attacks. They would, like, miss, but you get... you get hit super hard by magic, and it can be used on the enemies as well. And since the death magic worked off of accuracy in that game because SNES card limitations,
Yes.
it made it 100% insta-kill on anything,
Yep.
and it was hilarious. And if you wanted to do any of the post-game stuff in a reasonable amount of time, that was like the only way to really do it without without losing sanity. Like, I mean, mostly just grind on the fucking dinosaurs in that one spot.
Yeah.
Or making it so that your equipment glitches and you can put a drill on your
I
head.
forgot he has the fuck you attack.
Was it Final Fantasy VI that had the whole drill on as a head glitch?
Yes, that was 6. And it was the best helmet in the game.
They reference it or later on, right? Somewhere.
In a different game, yeah, they do.
That's it's so great that they actually acknowledge that it became the best equip of that sort.
Right.
So, some of these names of the Jings you have are so confusing. It's just like fatigue is set to stand. Why is he feeling so bad all of a sudden?
Right. And he also has all the instant death status ailments too, because go fuck yourself.
Can you get rid of those, actually?
Nope! There's no cure for him, so have fucking fun.
I mean, look at it this way. He was gonna kill you anyway.
Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. And here comes Sharon to just party wipe me. That's gonna be fun. That'll be great. Why must you do this to me, Dullahan?
It's not enough that he almost killed you. He also had to put like... Ah, this is cruel.
Yes, it is.
So I think this, like after you get murdered...
You have so much faith in me, Nico. Nice.
I do. I mean, the only people that have actually survived also had the insta-death status set to them. So, you know, and now only one person is alive. This just enable the cheese strats.
I'm gonna try one more time and then I'll enable cheese strat, okay?
I've been I finished watching the super replay of Trapped, and it's like that whole game was pretty much all about figuring out the best cheese strat, and you were heavily rewarded for it.
Of course.
Just like figuring out the best spot for the cheapest, most hard to avoid trap for this stupid ass AI. Uh, the ending is a little bit bullshit with the difficulty spike, but otherwise a really funny. It's a really fun / funny game. I was also very surprised that it was made by the creators of the Fatal Frame games, although the artistic direction was kind of similar. What the hell is this?
Yeah, you've never seen Daedalus.
This is awesome!
Is it your new favorite?
I mean, Borealis is still pretty fucking great, but Daedalus is just like it's like out of fucking nowhere.
And here comes Sharon to party wipe me.
Okay,
later,
bye.
Neil. Good luck with your mozzarella. Yeah.
Gotta set up the cheese shop. That's what whenever they were doing like setting up traps in that super replay of Trapped, they were just like, okay, I'm setting up the cheese shop.
Yep.
Because it was pretty much always just tight stairs, spike trap, like an electric fence or something like that, and drop a boulder on them while they're at it.
Jesus.
And that's exactly how you were supposed to play that game.
Oh.
Also, the AI was way too stupid to actually properly react to it. I mean, to be fair, they knew how to make the AI to avoid the traps, because they kind of do that for the final fight. And it becomes very apparent why they didn't do that for the whole rest of the game. Because then it would have turned from a really fun and enjoyable to absolutely infuriating. Because it's a little bit like shoddy AI and stealth games. Stealth games aren't good when the AI is too good. Or rather, when the AI knows exactly where you are, just pretends they don't know until you do a very specific thing for when they will exactly know your location despite there not being a trace leading to you.
Of course. Just like in Second Sight.
Just like in Second Sight. It's just like what's the connection between some dude going on a vicious rampage 3 rooms further and me sitting in a freaking fridge? What's the connection? How do they know?
That guy specifically hated fridges, that's how they knew.
They specifically knew it was the third fridge from the left, 2 rooms further. Just like, those kinds of moments
Yeah.
really detract from how good that game actually overall is overall. Because like otherwise, whenever there is a lot of freedom to how you can do a lot of objectives in Second Sight. It's just like if it has that mid 2000s freedom to approach. You know, it's just like we don't care how you get over the fence, so long as your feet touch the ground there. You know, that sort of thing.
Right.
But they're also very, like, in a lot of occasions, they're just very obviously making one specific route the one that you should be doing, and you beat him.
Yeah, I did it by doing the strategy I hate doing, which is called the sacrificial lamb strategy. So...
Just, yeah, sacrifice the first party and then use the second one.
Yep. Ryo, examine the stone tablet.
I guess it was really the only way to do this fight. All things considered, he was healing himself and doing so much damage to you at the same time.
You can beat him a legit way. I've done it before. It's just that, like I've said, we're scrapped for time, so...
Yeah.
That is why I did what I did. But yeah, we now have the best summon in the game, which you can only use on the final boss, pretty much, because... What else?
And we're gonna kill him in one hit, though, yeah, right?
Yeah. Although, now I'm curious about something, because there's one fucking chest in here that I don't have. I'm trying to
That
fucking...
one at the very beginning?
Yeah. I don't remember how you get to it. Like...
It's just there to spite you.
No, I've gotten it before.
It's like that one piece of chocolate in Conker's Bad Fur Day that you actually cannot get, but it's just there.
Hey.
Just to piss you off.
Actually, I think I remember how you do it. Oh, no? Huh. Cause,
Wait,
like,
use teleport. Use teleport there.
Okay. I don't think it does anything, but...
On the symbol.
Doesn't work here, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it kind of looked like the symbol would be something.
Right, I get you.
No, reveal didn't. Unless there is 6 things around it.
There is not.
Teleport doesn't, reveal doesn't do anything.
So how do I get that chest then? Because... I know there is a way to fucking do it. Like, I'm gonna have to look it up later, cause like... Hold on. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up right now. Hold on.
Yeah, go on.
Because... I need to know, because I totally forgot. close intersight. I actually, as I'm looking it up, I actually think I know what you gotta do, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Because... yeah, okay, that's where you get it from. That's what I thought. Like, I just remembered as I fucking looked it up. So, we'll go grab it. I know where to get it. But we're still gonna take a little bit of the long way, so that way I can show off the final summon.
Okay.
We're gonna show it off on this thing. Oh, do I not have enough? I did it. Oh! I don't, because we needed 9 Mars, not 5. I don't know why I thought it was 5. And as you can see, I have everyone as a mono-element class on Party 2 because that's how you farm for shit in this game with RNG manipulation. So...
oh, that's what it is about.
yeah. There we go. So... now that that's done, now we can show off the final summon. Wrong way. Here we are. There it is, Iris. Goddess of Rainbows, Guide of Souls. That is her official title.
Goddess of Rainbows. That was awesome.
Yeah, she hurls them into the sun and then full heals and revives your entire party, including your back party.
Wow. So you can just keep it as the, like, in case everything else goes wrong.
Yeah, it's the best summon in the game, with good reason. But, you know, it is your
Considering that you get this after defeating the worst boss in the game, there is nothing that can possibly stand in your way this hard for it to be useful.
Exactly. It's just a bragging reward. That's all it is.
There needs to be like some RPG which made the ultimate reward like some joke attack that's like not even really worth using, but it's just for the lols.
I don't doubt one's done that before.
Like, let me think. There definitely have been like really stupid rewards, but they were usually tied to just some random quests.
Yeah.
And they were usually still secretly worth it. I mean, I guess the joke equipment from Tell's games kind of falls under that category. It's usually super expensive and hard to come by, and it's totally not worth using.
No.
But you can have it. Like the freaking... You can have Sharia fight with a shish kebab.
Yes.
It's not worth it, but you can still upgrade it to be the most powerful shish kebab.
Ultimate shish kebab.
I was kind of going to bring up Akiva Strip, but that whole game is a joke.
Yes. I actually do want to stream that in the future.
Yeah, it is. It is such a great bad game. Like, it's definitely not up to the standards of whatever was getting released in 2014, but man, is it something that we needed?
Yes.
At that point in time. Just a good old jank PS2 game with a great sense of humor and just complete lack of giving a shit. The difficulty is absolutely perfect for not giving a shit. And you can just pick up anything that you think would make a good weapon and just make it a good weapon, and that's great. I mean, do you want to main an old LCD monitor? You can do that. Do you want to main a big anime poster? That's an option. A waifu pillow? Go ahead.
Yes. But yeah, there we go. We now have all that shit. All that's left now is the
Final dungeon.
which I will do next time.
Good.
Because I do want to farm that last stuff. So that'll be off screen. So I don't know if next week I'll be able to stream, because I'll be busy farming and shit, but we'll see. So
I should be free on Sunday.
well, I won't be. So
Then that's too fucking bad.
yeah. So with that, thank you guys for joining me. And until next time, whenever that is, where we will fight the final boss and at long last finish this game.